Hey, how you doing? My name is Caden Ambers. I am in the 10th grade. I go to Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences. The type of project I had that I am presenting today is experimental. The subject is botany, and my sponsoring teacher slash chemistry teacher is Mr. Collins. The name of my project is Plant Growth from Different Types of Fertilizer. So, this is the table of contents. First, I will be going over the acknowledgments, people who I am thanking because of this project, who mainly put this project together and helped me, the purpose of the project, my hypothesis, the materials I used for the experiment, and the procedure, the literature review, data and results, conclusion, and then a list of my references. So on the left is the safety sheet. I don't have anything that's hazardous. I was just testing the experiment on plants. And on the right is the abstract sheet. So I just want to just express my deepest gratitude to my mom. She helped me and she also guided me throughout this entire experiment. She helped me a lot, gave me a lot of advice. She helped me buy the materials. And also I want to thank my ag teacher for giving me the knowledge to pursue this experiment because I am furthering pursuing this experiment outside the science fair. So I just want to thank them for helping me with that. So now, the central purpose of this experiment was to investigate the impact of various fertilizers on the growth of plants, primarily measured by their height. Beyond mere measure height by height, I sought to look for any more alterations in other plant elements or properties that could be influenced by the application of different fertilizers. This research aimed to expand our understanding of how these fertilizers may impact not only the physical growth of the plants but also their overall health, resilience, and productivity. My hypothesis is that the rooting powder will actually make the plant bigger in height compared to the other plant that receives the plant food. So the materials I used were two plant seeds. I used the plant holder to hold the plants in. I used two different types of fertilizers. I used the plant food, which is a green stem that I just dig a hole in the soil and I just put it in there and cover that up. And then the rooting powder is a small, thin layer on top of the soil. I then also obviously use soil, water, and a ruler to measure the height. Now, how I got started with the experiment, I first by planting the plants. Then I applied the fertilizer. So with the plant food, stuck it in there, and then with the rooting powder, I put out a thin layer on top of the soil, and I also watered it too. And I put it by the window so they get the same amount of sunlight, and they also get the same amount of water as well as the same temperature and everything. Now I'll be giving you a basic literature review of the experiment. These are just the main points. So, agriculture has been a cornerstone of human civilization, providing substantial and nourishment for the millennia. Also, the science of agriculture has evolved over time, obviously, and the importance of optimizing plant growth and crop yield has become increasingly evident. One of the crucial factors influencing agricultural productivity is the use of fertilizers. So, fertilizers supply essential nutrients to plants, aiding in their growth and development. So plants like living organisms require a range of essential nutrients to thrive. These nutrients include macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as micronutrients as iron, magnesium, and zinc. Also, fertilizers are formulated to provide the necessary nutrients to plants in a readily available form. By supplying these nutrients, fertilizers can enhance plant growth, increase crop yields, and improve the quality of agricultural produce. Like fertilizer affects the growth, like in height and nutrients, and then when fertilizer is applied, it goes straight to the root. So these are three pictures of my experiment, and I'm gonna be going over the pictures. So first, based on the available data, it can be observed that the plant treated with the rooting powder has been growing at a rate that increases by 2 inches every week in comparison to the plant that received plant food. So it took a total of a month to maybe 5 weeks to complete the entire experiment and getting started with it. And I had measured the plants by 3 weeks. So it was only 3 weeks. I only counted 3 weeks in measuring the plants, and I measured them week by week. And so the former has been showing steady and healthy growth pattern, even going in fourth week of observation. That's not included in the chart, but went on to the fourth observation, exhibiting vibrant and is also exhibiting vibrant and healthy colors. It is noteworthy that both plants have been receiving the same amount of water and sunlight for the duration of the experiment. So now this is the chart. As you can see, week one, the food plant 1.2 inches and the room powder had 2. Week two, the food plant had 3.8 inches and the rooting powder had 4.2. And then the last week that I measured and journaled the heights, the food plant had 5.9 inches and the rooting powder had 6.4 inches. And also, these are both of the plants that I have in my home. I still have them sitting by my window that I still water every single day consistently because I'm still measuring and I'm still journaling for my personal experiment in agriculture. So, in the quest to optimize plant growth and understand the impact of different growth enhancing methods, our experiment has shed light on the comparative effects of rooting powder and traditional plant food. Through rigorous testing and meticulous data collection, I set out to determine which treatment would result in greater plant height, a crucial factor in assessing overall plant growth. My hypothesis came out correct as I said that I hypothesized that the root powder would have a greater effect on the plant growth, height in inches, compared to the plant food that's specified in another brand. The results of our experiment demonstrated that the application of rooting powder had a significant positive impact on plant height compared to the use of traditional plant food. This finding supports our initial hypothesis that rooting powder would promote greater vertical growth. Such a result is not only promising but also aligns with the documented effects of rooting powder in various plant species. So, in conclusion, our experiment has elucidated the distinct effects of rooting powder and the traditional food plant on plant height, highlighting the importance of selecting the appropriate treatment based on specific goals and plant requirements. These findings contribute to the ongoing dialogue surrounding plant growth and offer practical guidance for those seeking to enhance the vitality of their plants.